Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer. Today I'm going to do a lens review. I've got the MIIDA 25mm f3.5. This lens floats around on eBay. You see these MIIDA lenses and you get mixed reviews. They're very inexpensive lenses. They're not very expensive at all. Point being is you can get these on eBay for nearly nothing. This one is an M42 mount. It actually has a manual auto switch, so I'm assuming there's a MIIDA camera somewhere, or this fits, you know, these are universal fit to fit like a Pentax or something like that, because it resembles a Pentax lens very closely. This lens has a depth of field scale, and it has, of course, meters and feet on the hyperfocal distance readings and all that. You know, it goes all the way to f22 on the aperture ring. The aperture ring is nice and stiff. It's not so tight that it's uncomfortable to use, but it does have good solid aperture clicks. It's in whole stops. There's no half stop tick marks on these, so you just go with it. The little lens is very small and compact for a 25mm wide angle lens. Since it's f3.5 aperture, it's very, very lightweight. I mean, look at this. It's a very small lens. It works really well when you shoot, you know, street with it, and it focuses easily, and with focus magnification I can pretty well nail focus with it every time. I've got it adapted to my XT3 with just basically it's a screw mount dumb adapter. It's just literally an adapter ring that threads on to the lens and then locks into the XT3. I took this lens out and shot some photos with it at the balloon festival at night, and it gave me some really interesting photos at night. I also have used it here and there on a few other things, and the rendering this lens produces is really good. Now with sharp points of light, you get artifacts, you get lens flares and things. I mean, I don't know how many elements in it, but it's probably no more than 6 or 7. You know, these typically are very low element count lenses. When you go back into these old manual primes from back in the day, it doesn't appear to have any coatings on it whatsoever. I mean, the lenses look clear. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have coated optic. It's just a simple little lens that works really good. Today, it's overcast. It will probably produce perfect photos today because of that. I really have started to like these smaller aperture lenses more than I have the bokeh monsters of late, because lots of times I'm stopping down a little bit anyway to control light, or when I'm shooting street, I want more of the scene in focus so you can kind of tell a better story. Save yourself the weight, the size, it fits in your pocket. I mean, this is a tiny little lens. Don't get so hung up on big glass that you can't use these smaller lenses to your advantage. This is also a full frame lens, bear that in mind. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the center out of that full frame image, so whatever artifacts are around the perimeter of the circle of projection, I'm cutting those out anyway, since I'm shooting them onto this crop sensor camera. My particular copy has a buttery smooth focus throw that is literally about 1/4 of a turn. Yeah, it's about 1/4 of a turn focus throw from infinity to the shortest focus range, which it says is 1 foot roughly. So if you're looking for a good 25, 24mm, you know, this one's 25, which is kind of unusual. That's one of the reasons I picked it, because I've got a 24mm Nikon, and I've got a 28 or 2 or 3. I didn't have a 25, so I wanted the 25 just because of that. But you know, it's in that focal range. So if you're looking for a good 25mm manual focus lens that you want to put on a mirrorless camera and adapt it, I can highly recommend this little lens. The f3.5, I don't know about any of the other ones. You know, if you get an f2.8 or an f2, it might not produce the results this one does, but this one produces extraordinary images. So with that, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button down there, and if you like the channel, subscribe for more videos. I'd appreciate it. The bell is down there. You know what to do with all that. Also, we have a Facebook group called the Georgia Photographer Gathering. If you want to join the Facebook group, share photos and information, talk about gear, whatever you like to do, it's over on Facebook. It's called the Georgia Photographer Gathering. I check for new members every day or so to make sure there's not one lingering. So with that. I appreciate it. And until next time, get your camera out. Go take a picture with it. All right?